Hi. Hello. Oh, that volume's really loud. Let me turn that down for a hot second. Hi, hello. Welcome back to Lightweight Gaming. Today we are going to be playing not Darkwood, because I need to take a break from it and actually do some research on how to actually play that game better, because I know I'm not doing a great job on it. So I thought I would take a break, do some stuff on my own, and then bring you guys back in once it gets a little more interesting. So today we are playing the Miskatonic. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I don't really know anything about this game. I just saw it. I was curious. So let's just jump right in, shall we? This was backed on Kickstarter, and I'm excited to play it. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry. Marie Peanut Butter. Bonjour, we childrens. My name is Marie Peanut Butter, head of occult science at the Miskatonic University. Ours is the most prestigious institution of dark magic, the occult, and all the strange ghoulies that live in your peripheral vision. I am here today to tell you a story. A story about a little girl that ruined everything. But ruining everything gives you the opportunities to make everything better, wee. I'm not gonna do a French accent. Oh, well, yes I am. What's that? You'll ask why I have a giant hand sticking out of my head? I apologize, French people. Well, that is because I am French. It is a thing we have, so no funny business, oui? You learn about the strange things people are afflicted with throughout the story. I don't know, I'm turning into something else. After this, you'll think my hand is cute and adorable, as you should. But first, let me describe to you the state of the world prior to the witch girl that ruined everything. Do not fret, you probably know this already, oui? So, you are aware of the giant aliens that we call gods, and the cultists that worship them? No? Then let me tell you. Some worship Cthulhu, the giant man octopus dragon thing. His cults teach eternal peace, waiting for Cthulhu to come back to them so he can destroy the world. Rude. Some worship Yog-Sothoth, the interdimensional god of knowledge. These smarty brains try to build portals to let him come here, but that would destroy the world too. Not so smarty. Most humans, like our witch girl, worship Shub-Niggurath, known as the All-Mother. Even cultists for other gods will pray to the Shub-Niggurath at the end of their spells and rituals. That is because Shub-Niggurath is the goddess of humanity. Her cults preach love and compassion among everyone. Very lovely, oui? But like our witch girl, some can be blinded by their desire for harmony. There are some that would take advantage of the naive notion that all humans are loving and good. Not so lovely. Okay, so you know of gods now, oui? So let's talk a small bit about the humans of the world. Some countries have been more affected than others by the strange happenings of the universe. For example, in Canada, Yetis. Thousands of them. But the Canadians are well prepared. Yeti invasions are considered a national pastime. Bring the family. We'll shoot some Yetis. This is what us French call an English person. Not that sharp teeth, purple blush, and big ugly face. A couple decades ago, it was considered that a huge percentage of the English nobility were actually cannibals, breeding humans in underground caves like livestock. Everyone in England went crazy when it was found out. So now they're all cannibals too. Apparently the Scottish just found it hilarious. This one is also my boyfriend, so no touching his ugly face, oui? These little fellers are called Australians. When the Shoggoths left Antarctica, they came across a big island filled with lovely, delicious humans. But these humans didn't want to be devoured, and even when half dissolved in the Shoggoth bellies, the humans would punch and kick and smash bottles inside them, making the Shoggoths very uncomfortable. So instead of trying to eat them, the Shoggoths formed this cute little symbiotic relationship with the Australians, granting them immortality in exchange for less punching. So the little Shanes and Sheilas can happily booze and barbecue away for all eternity. This is called an American. Note that silly haircut and gigantic bum. Specifically, this is the American that our story revolves around. The little witch girl that ruined everything. How can you tell she's a witch? Well, there are many clues. Example, the pasty skin, a symptom of spending her days asleep and her nights dancing naked in the rain with her coven to conjure strange hexes. Also, the little black joker thing. It's the closest thing to a uniform they could get. Also, she doesn't wash. Are you gonna make me look like a dumbass in the story? Because it was only like 20% of my fault. Our story begins with our smelly dumbass being briefed on the university's secret protocols after just being hired as a security guard for the occult science building. But on her first assignment, she discovers that all is not as it seems at the prestigious school. Thanks, nutsack. Wee wee. I don't know what you are, so we're just going to do a regular voice. Now, Miss Lestrange, you understand that as a security agent, your off-site assignments are to be kept in the strictest confidence, even from other members of faculty, and especially the students. Uh-huh. You also understand that as a security agent, you'll be in very real danger, both from physical harm and mental corruption. You understand that your body is subject to mutation at any point during your employment and residence in Arkham. Rad. And finally, you understand that as a University of Occult Science, you are obliged to assist us with research regarding your supposed magic eyes, and failure to comply will result in your immediate dismissal. Sure? Well then, Miss Lestrange. Oh gosh, I am a mouth on a nutsack. What am I? Welcome to the Miskatonic University. You're a nutsack with teeth. Awesome! She's cute. I guess you're English? Johnny LaGrasse? Ah, you must be the new security guard, Charlotte, right? Oh god, I'm so sorry, English people as well. Yep, that's me. Great, I'm Johnny, head of internal security. I'll be giving you a tour of the building. You'll be patrolling. Then I'll show you to your quarters. Ready to go? Sure. Well, you'll be working here in the occult science building. You're a witch, right? Have you dabbled in any occult science? Well, I'm pretty good at the occult stuff, though mostly I use it for errands and favors for folks. Plus a few hexes, curses, blights, just to keep up that witchy appearance. You know, making snakes appear in beds, sleeping with my girlfriend's boyfriends, and then trying to murder them in their sleep, and trying to take their power, and then they have to, you know, prove that they are actually more powerful than I am and drive me crazy. You know, just the normal witch stuff. Blood into jam, bones into sponge cake, cat into mush, phallus into tiny screaming vestigial face. Normal stuff. Well, we do things a little differently here. This way. A very noisy hallway. Awesome. This is the Ethereum, where our students can perform experiments on the Necronomicon. The creature acts as a shield to the outside world, keeping any experiments sterile and quarantining any unexpected summons. Oh, no, here come the yawns. And not because it's boring, it's just because when I do voices, I don't breathe. Ah, it's very noisy here. It's very noisy here. Ah, la, la, la. Hi. Hello! We didn't know it could do that. Did you try talking to him? Shut up, you bitch. The faces are... I like the faces. You are going to provide some much-needed common sense around here, Charlotte. As I'm walking, I don't know. This building also houses the Corporeum, a surgical theatre where our students can perform vivisections and autopsies on otherworldly creatures. Ah, speaking of which, this is Eddie, one of our monster hunters. Thanks to him, our Corporeum professors have been able to gather more information on living horrors than any other time in university history. The trick is to figure out where its face is, and then commence repeated punching. Who's the new girl? Wait, isn't... I went Australian. I know he's English because they just said the French girl. This is Charlotte Lestrange, a witch from the Chesuncook Coven. She'll be working security for this building. Hi. Looking after us rascals, eh? Well, just give me a clip round the back of the head if you see me slacking off, and I'll get back to work, eh, big stuff? I have no idea. He's Crazy Eddie. He's probably gonna have a different voice every time because he's crazy. And that's my excuse. I have been known to whip some ass with my big muscles. There you go. Come round the chop. You want to see what me and the lads wrangled up the other day? You witches like nightmares, right? He's really loud, too. Sure, well, the fun ones anyway, like when your teeth fall out and you smooth them off with sandpaper to make a lovely necklace. Or when you're running down a corridor in slow motion with a bunch of hands coming out of the carpet and grabbing your ankles and you finally stop to ask them what they want and it turns out your shoelaces were untied and they were just super concerned for your safety. Uh-huh. Or when you're at school and you stand up in class but you forgot your pants and you're embarrassed but everyone compliments your butt. Well, you're a bloody weird one, huh, Charlotte? So you'll fit right in here. Don't let my sister catch wind of you. She won't leave you alone. You telling stories like that. Ah, and here's our curator of the corporeum, Miss Marie Peanut Butter. She used to be a void shaman from Paris before coming to work with us. As fun as satisfying the void is, my true passion lies in discovering how things work. At least when they are dead. Groovy, what's a void shaman? You know those dark thoughts you have sometimes for seemingly no reason? The ones that tell you to jump when at the edge of a cliff or rob a bank when cashing a paycheck or dropkick a grandma through a stained glass church window at a funeral? Oh yeah, I get those all the time. That's me. Well, those are not your thoughts. A few hundred years ago, the French aristocracy's way of life was so decadent and whimfield that unbridled sauciness only went and summoned a bloody hedonism god. Damn thing lives under the Paris catacombs, communicates telepathically with people all over the world, urging them to give in to their darkest whims. The French get it the worst. The French get it the worst, of course, so these here shamans take it upon themselves to do dark deeds, so the rest of France doesn't have to. Must be alright, Giggle. My last act as a shaman before coming here, I took my clothes off, covered myself in lemon cake and green food coloring, and terrorized a local village as a delicious swamp monster. I quite enjoyed that one. Shall we press on with the tour? Tour? Sure, bye you guys. So, not to be rude, but judging from the bandage of arms and the sick eye scar and the terror lines in your hair, I'm getting the impression that security work here is, a little dangerous. Oh no, not for you. At least the occult science building is probably the safest on campus. He's already changed like 5 million times. Hello. 'Cause if something went wrong in this building, we'd all be dead to notice. Too dead to notice. Don't listen to her. She's just a little jealous that the new girl gets the cushy gig while she's stuck in the math department. What happens in the math department? What doesn't happen in the math department? There's nothing so cold, so unforgiving, so dark as the mathematicians. The universe is naught but an equation. They shriek behind their burnt hair and sludge-tainted cardigans. One that can be solved. But how do you solve the equation of a dozen screaming children being ingested by a black swirling chasm of teeth and clawing hands opened at the far end of the classroom by one of the damnable equations? Damn you, young Henry. Carry that damned too. I failed math. I know you failed math. So let's get on with the tour. Next up is the library. Awesome! Each building hosts a small library dedicated to researching and documenting the subject that the building's students are studying. Here in the Occult Science Building, we keep an original copy of the Necronomicon, as well as translated copies for our foreign exchange students. That's a lot of knowledge. Oh, and here's our librarian, Charlotte, meet Miss Emily Saccharine. Hooda-blue! Hi, I love your mask. I didn't know you guys had a Shoggoth here, and a tame one, too. Oh, Emily isn't a Shoggoth. She just had a small accident with the Necronomicon a while ago. Ended up like this. Hello, Minga. My cat is here. But our occult scientists learned an awful lot about what happens with these tomes of black knowledge when you spill your soy, your soy, no whip, ice, caramel macchiato, 2 shots hazelnut on 'em. Huh, sure looks like a Shoggoth. Shoggoth? Purple, gooey, moderately adorable with a hint of terrifying. Well, that's the Necronomicon for you. It's funny. Spilling a non-fat frappuccino with extra whipped cream and non-chocolate sauce just turns you into a puddle of loose bones and blood. Still, hasn't stopped Emily from performing her duties. Hey, Emily! Fool you do! Shall we press on? Okay, nice to meet you, Emily. Charlotte, this is Lizzie of Dunwick, our Yog Sothoth consultant. She's taught us quite a lot about the other dimensions during her time here. Lizzie, Charlotte's a new security witch. Are you the sort of witch that does the naked in the rain, or the sort of witch that does the lucky charms in the big hats? The rain kind? You and me are gonna get along-ish. So, like, how come I can't... What are you? I'm Lizzie. What are you? No, I mean, why do you look like a shadow? Or like, part of my eyeball has stopped working? It's cause humans can't see, cause they's all afraid of me and my sister's appearances. Everything else can see me, so I always are all tuck tails whenever I go near 'em. Lizzie is an example of a mental phenomenon found only in humans known as cerebral voiding. It's a trick by the brain to preserve the sanity of its carrier. When a person comes across sights too horrible to comprehend, their brain refuses to render it, instead showing a black silhouette in place of the sight itself. Essentially, instead of Lizzie's insanity-inducing true form, your brain is protecting you by showing a shadow instead. But I saw that interviewer, no problem. The guy whose face was just teeth and gums. And a nutsack. And the girl with the hand sticking out of her head. And Emily, the librarian. Yep, Lizzie and her Dunwichian sisters are in a league of their own when it comes to horrific appearances. We sent a lot of students to the asylum trying to figure her out. That is awesome. Yes. Here's our head of catering, Mrs. Roth. She can cook anything with 3 or more legs. Yum! Hi! Oh, look at you witches, all skin and bones. You just let one of my little gremlins know what fills your tum and I'll whip it right up. What's the humanitarian dish for today? Dave from accounting, my dearest. Oh, pork sandwiches, lummy lum, lummy lum. I don't know who's who. They're the same person in my head. We employ a small staff of cannibals from England, Eddie in the corporeum and Annie being 2 of them. They only eat fresh, accidental deaths with the family's consent. Usually. Oh, I get it. Humanitarians. Funny. Well, once you're done with Johnny's little tour, let me know and I'll make you breakfast. You're making her into breakfast? Let me have the arse potion. We'll make steak and kidney pie. Big ol' witch rump. You ain't eating no rump steak, Annie. Your little horde's got poor old Dave. Ah, come on. At least let me have your ugly feet, eh? Nice and lean, covered in flavour, and entirely useless. Look at him all the way down there. When I'm done with them. Great, let me get a little appetizer, eh? Little lick between the toesies. Brie bunch snacklet, how about it? Don't encourage her, dear. She'll be crawling all over me till your feet fall off. My bad? Speaking of cannibals. Good morning, Miskatonic. It's your favourite morning announcer, Mindy in the Morning, bringing you all the Miskatonic morning announcements as when I see fit. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, so let's get started. Those of you students that have volunteered for the submerged necromantic mutation testing, that has unfortunately been called off by Professor Baxter on the grounds that the school's swimming pool is now alive. Lunch today will be turgid and depressing. And would the owner of a white child please report to the reception office? It is currently being towed. What was that? That's Mindy, the morning announcer. Does she do that a lot? Perpetually. You seem pretty comfortable around this stuff, Charlotte. Oh, I grew up in Maine. Not as many mutated folks, but they make up for it with all the goofy supernatural happenings. That's a Stephen King reference. Ew. Oh, God. Hey, Johnny. They's been looking for you. Thanks, Chasm. Come on, Charlotte. I gotta make a quick stop off. What happened to her? Oh, it's a her. Ooh. Well, that's Chasm, one of our portal diver team. They usually work out of Dunwich, coming back to write reports on their expeditions. When they come back, of course. So, let me take a quick stop and I'll show you to your room. Ah, Johnny! So this is the strange girl, the crumbler, the ruiner. Wow, look at this guy. I like how your coat melts into the floor. Oh, yep, this is her. Charlotte, this is Dr. Thirst Valentine, the head of occult science and the discoverer of residual evil. His work taught the university about the lingering nature of documenting malicious entities. Essentially, he figured out why seemingly innocuous writings can summon horrific creatures or cast terrible curses. It is why the books bleed. That's cool. I had a book that kept growing teeth and screaming and whatnot. It was my diary, though. Excellent. I shall inform my colleagues of your arrival. We will merely indulge in the popped corn. Ta-ta! I like him. You know, you've come highly recommended, Charlotte. Oh, yeah? By who? Charlotte! I can't believe they finally hired my tiny baby monster! Rumen? What are you doing here? Got me some gainful employment! Teaching kids about old school dark magic? None of this occult science in my class. What have they got you teaching? Oh, you know, I'm in security, keeping folks safe, wandering the halls, swinging comically large keychain, bopping folks on the head with a flashlight, top secret mission, stuff like that. Pretty on-point hiring selection, if you ask me. Huh, yeah, safety. That's definitely a keyword when I think of Charlotte Lestrange and her magic eyeballs. Hey, those cats turn inside out on their own. I sneezed. Hush your gums. Well, speaking of cosmic abominations, I gotta go teach a bunch of 18-year-olds how to turn blood into peanut butter by dancing in the rain. You're gonna love it here, Charlotte. The Miskatonic's just one big like-minded community, all working towards making the world a better place, just like our coven. Come find me when you've got some time off. There was nothing cosmic about them, Rumman. They were just cats with their bones on the outside. They got better. So you joined some kind of cult. Sort of, we're witch cultists of Shub-Nugaroth. Essentially, we believe that since the universe is filled with crazy, awful bullshit, that humans should be nice and loving to each other. Some of us, like the Cult of the Black Sun, have these awesome bake sales for their neighborhoods, whereas others, like the Cult of Loveliness, hunt and slaughter encroaching monsters to protect their hometowns. We're sort of like goth Girl Scouts. What about you witches? We take all our clothes off and dance in the rain. Typical witchy stuff. But we use black magic to do nice things for the townsfolk. Body snatching breech birth babies to make them crawl out of their mom, summoning fixer pixies when a guy's leg falls off, using transmutation circles as portals for when the trash collectors want a week off, stuff like that. Wait a minute. The Cult of the Black Sun do bake sales. And the Cult of Loveliness are monster hunters. What? Does the Cult of Kill, Murder, Death plant gardens or something? Oh, you mean the Cult of Fetid Retribution? No, those guys deliver meals to old ladies. And what was that about her magic eyes? Oh, don't worry about that. I just do this. I'm stuck. I think I'm stuck like this. Hello, yes? Hello, yes? And sometimes weird stuff happens in people's minds. Usually they forget something or get an eye twitch. As long as I don't use it on little animals, it's pretty harmless. Okay, so let's keep going. And I'm going to end the episode here, because I think this is a good stopping point. Before we continue on, we saw her power, and I kind of like this game. It's very cute. I like the art. I like the characters. I don't know if I'll make it all the way through the game, but I'm going to try. Let me know down in the comments if you like this episode, if you like this game. Let me know if you want me to keep playing it or not. I might keep playing it anyways, but yeah. This has been the Miskatonic. I have been Letty with Gaming. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you next time. Goodbye.